Hello, this is Mark Billy with The Art of Diesel. We're all about automotive efficiency, performance, and some preparedness too. Now today I'm out in the Art of Diesel workshop and I'm working on Rhonda, my R-Class. And Rhonda is a 2007 R320 CDI, and this very nice wagon has been an awesome turbo diesel. It does have an OM 642 engine under the hood, and it's tuned to get 415 pound-feet of torque, 30 miles per gallon rolling down the highway at 80 miles an hour all day. And it's a nice, roomy vehicle. It's actually the best highway machine I've ever owned. So I've had some issues with a sound coming from under the front end. It sounds like I've got an issue with driveline. So I'm working on removing the driveline so I can take a closer look at them. They don't seem to have any play in them. I hope what I have is not an issue with the front differential, but I'm going to take a look. I'm actually going to go ahead and drop these things out and clean them up and re-grease them. All the bolts have been removed, but what happens is this piece right here, this is actually a CV joint in this shaft here, and this piece here fits inside this flange, which is attached to the transfer case. And what happens is that over time, these will rust into here, and there's not really an easy way to remove it.
This job really doesn't sound that difficult, but I did spend multiple working sessions soaking it with penetrating oil, turning the shaft, and hitting it from different angles with blocks of wood. It really wasn't working out very well.
And so there is some movement this way, but if I move it, try to move it in these directions, you know, I can't move the axle up, down, left, and right without actually moving. You'll see me move the transfer case.
It's good to know that the CV joints are actually pretty good and tight, but I had to continue working to try and get it removed. I tried a number of different things. Here I'm trying to use the tip of a screwdriver to force it outward. That really didn't help. It does scuff up the sides of the puck, which is not recommended, but I thought I'd try it. It really didn't work. Again, multiple sessions soaking with penetrating oil, and you'll see me working on different CV joints. There are actually 3 of them here, but I also tried putting a screwdriver between the cup and the puck and hammering to see if I could bust out the rust. That didn't work. I also started using a chunk of metal, but that didn't work very well either. I did have some luck using the tip of the screwdriver to knock the puck loose on the forward end of the forward shaft. That was the only way I could reach it because of the cross member that's under there. But I got lucky and it came off fairly easily. Not on the first session, but it did come off. I'm not finding any play in the system. I'm also looking under here at where the at these seals and bearings as these shafts from different sides come into the engine. And again, I'm not finding anything there. I'm finding that everything seems nice and smooth. Nothing seems rattly. Nothing seems to be stiff. I've been using this stuff and haven't had very good luck. And I made a run to the store last night and said, I really need to use some PB Blaster, give that a try. And when I sprayed it in, you could see the bubbles forming where the rust is that's holding that puck into the cup. All right, so I put these shims in here. And it allows me to hit this, and it'll push this out of the way and make sure that I'm concentrating on that, not distorting this formed piece of sheet metal right here. All right, I just put this jack stand under here just because if I manage to get this thing loose, I don't want this drive shaft dropping on my head. I needed another innovation, and I found it. A bigger hammer. Next, I'm trying this bolt. It'll be a little bit easier to control with my hands, and I ground one end. I ground the head a little bit flatter than it was, and now, yes, that will get all of the force I apply onto the face of this, and
it's real clear where I need to hit it. So, ow, it's hot though. It just came off the grinder. Oh, look at that. All right, I've been hammering on it for days, but I think just being able to focus the force of what I'm doing did the trick. So now I can remove the shaft entirely. It took a while, some back and forth, working the angles to figure out a way to get the shaft out, but I finally got the forward shaft removed. It was time now to look at the rear shaft. I used the secrets I had learned on separating the CV joint on the forward shaft to the front end of the rear shaft and was able to knock that loose pretty easily. It turns out that just removing the shafts was a much more difficult process than I ever would have expected it to be. There's actually quite a bit of content here showing some tips and tricks based on what I learned in the learning process, so I hope you enjoy it. I hope it's helpful to other people, and thanks for watching this video. Franklin is saying you should like, subscribe, comment, and check out our Substack.